Delisha Patterson. Auction.
When I was 15 years old, I was brought to the courthouse, put up on the auction block to be sold. Old Judge Miller from my county was there. I knew him well because he was one of the wealthiest slave owners in the county, and the meanest one. He was so cruel, all the slaves and men and owners hated him because of it. He was me on the block for sale, and he knew I was a good worker. So when he bid for me, I spoke right out on the auction block and told him, "Old Judge Miller, don't you bid for me, because if you do, I would not live on your plantation. I will take a knife and cut my own throat from ear to ear before I would be owned by you."
William Black, Christmas Run. At the age of 13, my sister was bonded out to some man who was awful mean. She was a bad girl, too. After we were freed, she told me all about her old master. She said,
One Christmas my master was drunk and I went to wish him a Merry Christmas and get some candy. He hit me and I ducked and run around that house so fast I burnt that grass around that house and I know there ain't no grass growing there yet. Ann Ulrich Evans, Ku Klux Klan.
One night, they come to our house after my husband to kill him, and my husband had a dream they was coming to kill him. So he had a lot of colored men friends to be at our house with guns that night, and time to see them Ku Klux coming over the hill, started shooting up in the air and about, and them Ku Klux never did bother our house no more. I sure glad of that. I was so tired of them devils. If it hadn't been for that day, would have killed every one of us that night. I don't know how come they were so mean to us colored folks. We never did do nothing to them. Delisha Patterson, The Fly Brush.
I stayed on with them until one day, when while I had a fly brush in my hand fanning flies while they ate, she told them something I'd done she didn't like. Just to please her, he'd taken the fly brush out of my hand and just tapped me with it. It didn't hurt me a bit, but it made me so mad I just went straight to the kitchen, left all the dishes, put on my sunbonnet, and ran away. I stayed 2 weeks. He said everybody he thought knew where I was after me and told them to tell me if I would only come on back home, no one would ever bother me anymore. I hid in the woods that whole 2 weeks and was not afraid. I would be afraid out in those woods now, but I wasn't then.
Ed Craddock, Cruelty. Stories told by my father are vivid, one especially because of its cruelty. A slave right here in Marshall angered his master. He was chained to a hemp brake on a cold night and left to freeze to death, which he did. My father said slaves had to have a pass to go places. Patrollers usually went in groups of 3. If they caught a slave off his plantation without a pass, the patrollers often would flog him.
Sarah Graves, The Worst Whipping.
Yes'm, some masters was good and some was bad. My mam's master whipped his slaves for pastime. My master was not so bad as some was to their slaves. I've had many a whipping. Some I deserved and some I got for being blamed for doing things his master's children did. My master whipped his slaves with cat o' nine tails. He'd say to me, "You ain't had a currying down for some time. Come here." Then he whipped me with a cat. The cat was made of 9 strips of leather fastened onto the end of a whip. Lots of times when he hit me, The cat left 9 strips of blood on my back. Yes, ma'am. I belong to the African Methodist Episcopal Church, and I ain't never cursed but once in my life. And that was one time I nearly got 2 whippings for something I didn't do. Some of Master's kinfolks had a wedding, and we walked to the church, and somebody kicked dust on the bride's clothes, and I got blamed for it, but I ain't never kicked it. The Master's daughter, Puss, she kicked it. Our mistress, she whipped me. Yes'm, she whipped me. She was the worst whopping I ever got. The worst whipping in my whole life, and I still got the marks on my body. Yes'm, I got 'em yet.